Hello everyone, welcome to the part 3 of a 3-video series on ChainTest Reporting Framework. In the last two videos, we discussed the integration of the reporting framework with TestNG and JUnit. In this video, I am going to discuss the integration of ChainTest Reporting Framework with Cucumber JVM. Let me show you the scenario that I am planning to automate in this video. I have the Bugzilla application running locally on my system via Docker container. So the scenario that I want to automate is launch the application, log in inside the application, and after login, just verify the title of web page. Along with this application, I am also running the chain test reporting server via Docker container. So to start with, I'm going to create a new module. The name of the module is Cucumber Integration. I'm going to use the JDK 17, and in the archetype, I'm going to select Maven archetype Quick Start. Under Advanced Setting, I'm going to use the group ID as com.learning and then click on Create. So this is going to create a new module inside our project. Once the new module is created, I'm going to reload our Maven project. And after that, I'm going to do certain cleanup. Since we do not need the src main, all our script will reside inside the src test. So I'm going to just delete it. Again, let me reload the Maven project. So inside this package that is com.learning, I'm going to add some additional package that is just for grouping purpose. Inside the src test resources, I'm going to add the configuration properties file for chain test reporting framework. So inside this configuration.properties file, I'm going to change the name of the project to Cucumber test project. As I mentioned earlier, on my local system, chain test reporting server is already running. So the configuration for that is this one. I'm going to open the pom.xml of the new module. And inside this, I'm going to add the configuration so that the new module is going to use the JDK 17 version for compiling and running. I'm going to remove this dependency since we are not going to use it. Since the scenario that I'm going to automate requires interaction with the web browser, so for that I need to use the Selenium libraries. And since I'm going to integrate the reporting framework with the Cucumber JVM, so I need to also add the dependencies for the Cucumber JVM. So in the pom.xml of the current module, these are the dependencies that I'm going to add. And to get the dependency configuration, I will use the Maven repository. After adding all the required dependencies in the pom.xml, I'm going to again reload the Maven project. So this will make sure that if some of the dependency is missing, it is going to download from the Maven repository. So this is done. Now let us create the feature file. So this is the feature file. After this, I'm going to create the runner for it. In the Cucumber option, I'm going to use a flag called dry run, and I'm going to set it to true. This will generate the corresponding step definition for the feature file that we have created recently. After this, I'm going to specify the plugin configuration. So once this is done, I'm going to just run this. And let us look at the console. So these are the step definition that the framework has generated. So let me copy all of them. And inside the step definition package, I'm going to add a class called step definition. Inside this class, I'm going to just paste all the generated steps. And then I will add the necessary import. So this is our step definition file. So in the step definition file, the core logic will be there for interacting with the browser. And in the hooks file, I'm going to add the Cucumber hook that is going to take the screenshot whenever there is a scenario failed. I'm going to add one more package called utils. And inside this package, I'm going to add a class that is going to take the screenshot. And the name of the class is screenshot util. This class will have a static method. The responsibility of the static method is to take the screenshot and return us the byte array. After this, I'm going to create a context class. The responsibility of the context class is to initialize the WebDriver and pass this object to the hook class as well as to the step definition class. So inside this class, I'm going to create a private variable of type WebDriver. After this, I'm going to create the constructor inside this class. In the constructor, I'm going to initialize the driver variable, as well as I will also set some configuration which is needed for the Selenium script. And to initialize the WebDriver, I'm going to use the WebDriver manager. So this is our context class that is going to carry the instance of WebDriver along with the configuration. And I'm going to inject the object of this class in the hooks class as well as inside the step definition class. So let me create a private variable of type WebDriver context. And I'm going to use the constructor injection technique. Now let us implement this method. So first I'm going to use our utility method to take this screenshot. And then I'm going to attach this screenshot with the scenario. So inside the scenario class, we already have a method for that. Now let us start implementing the step definition. Here also I will inject the WebDriver context via constructor. In order to open the web page inside the web browser, we can use the get API of the WebDriver. Let me also create a private variable of type WebDriver. And I'm going to initialize that variable using the context. In order to interact with the component that is present on the Bugzilla application, I need to have that locator. So let me capture the locator for all of them. So this is our step definition file. Once the execution of the script is over, we want to close the browser, and that piece of code I'm going to put inside the hooks. So the implementation is completed. Now let us go ahead and run the runner again. In the runner, I'm going to now remove this try run equal to true, and I will add the glue, which will tell us the location of step definition as well as the hooks. Okay, so the script executed. So now I'm going to integrate this with the ChainTest Reporting Framework. Now, in order to integrate the Cucumber framework with the ChainTest Reporting Framework, we need to add the entry inside the plugin. The plugin will take care of the integration part. That means the plugin will take care of report generation as well as attaching the screenshot to the generated report. And this is the plugin that we need to use. Now let me rerun the script. So here we are getting that illegal argument exception, and this is because we did not added the dependency for the chain test reporting framework. Again, I will go back to the Maven repository and search for chain test. And this is the dependency that I'm going to add. That is chain test cucumber JVM. After adding the dependency, I'm going to reload the Maven project so that it can download the required dependency if it is missing on local. So let me rerun this runner. Okay, so the execution is done. Let us look at the target folder. Inside the chain test directory, there is a report called index.html, and let me open that. So this is the report that is getting generated using the chain test reporting framework. Okay, so we are getting some exception. Let me look at the hook implementation. Okay, I need to change the order. First I need to call the close, then quit. Let me rerun this script again. Now let us look at the index.html again. So this is the new report, and as you can see here, this is the step which was failing, and along with that we have the screenshot attached. The same report will also get published to the local running chain test reporting framework because of the configuration that we have inside the configuration.properties file. So let us go to the server. This is the project. This is the latest run. And here you can see we have the screenshot also. Let me rerun all the tests from the command line using the test phase of the Maven. So this command, first it is going to perform the cleanup. That means it is going to just delete all the directory that got generated after the compile phase, and then it is going to run all the tests which is present in all three modules. So as you can see here, when I executed the test from the command line, it did not execute any tests from the Cucumber integration module. That is because we do not have the testng XML file, and we did not configure inside the pom.xml to execute that particular testng XML file. So let me go ahead and quickly add that. I'll just copy from the testng integration module. So once this is done, let me re-execute that command. Okay, we can go to the target folder, open the index.html file. Yeah, and this is the new report that got generated while executing the text from the command line. So in this manner, you can integrate the chain test reporting framework with Cucumber JVM.